YHJFF. YHJFF. YHJ.
I had to get your same nasty. So now you know the title of what you want to discuss. Take it, Will.
Welcome to YHJ. Welcome to YHJ.
Hello, everybody. It is YouTube Saturday. Going faster and faster. And maybe slower for others. Who knows?
As always, today's topic is what has changed. You know, during the week, Veronica Rose, Bradley, Antonio, Will, me, and Buzz Lightyear brothers, we all discussed what we're going to talk about from Tuesday to Saturday. And today, what has changed after Rodney King? What has changed? We, and Veronica Rose and I especially, talk about these face masks, people's attitudes, people who commit heinous crimes, especially to children. How people just, I'm not understanding what has changed. Because no matter what we do to change something, all you do is just show one picture of a black person doing absolutely nothing 10, 20 years ago, whatever it may be, and that's your justification for you to act ill retarded. The reason why I picked this is not just because we're getting close to picking another president and picking new Congress and Senate and House. But simple fact is we keep telling ourselves January 1st of each year, New Year's resolution that we are going to change this, we're going to change that. And what
I didn't have a New Year's resolution this year.
Has changed? In my opinion, nothing has changed and nothing will ever change. I'm going to tell you why. 9/11. You had all these people in New York. You got all these people hating the Taliban. You got all these people doing all these security checks, Homeland Security, all the stuff that was going on. We are America. Everybody's singing Kumbaya. And what happened? No more than a month later, you went back to normal. Your racist comments, your hating, your selfishness, you're being inconsiderate. And I'm going to tell you why in a minute I've gotten to this point. How about all the school shootings? All you parents crying, how life is unfair because someone took your daughter, how these 18-year-old kids or 17-year-old kids getting their hands on these automatic weapons, but in the same breath, you want to fight the gun law. You want to fight that you're not going to take my guns from me. Meanwhile, here comes another kid run up in school, run up in wherever. Don't everybody tend to forget Las Vegas. We haven't talked about Las Vegas. And that was a mass shooting. 99 people dead. You don't talk about that. You don't talk about Orlando. COVID-19, whether it's real or not, it doesn't matter. But a pandemic, whether it was set up by our government or China, who cares? But to sit here and tell us that this is a a virus that's wiping out the world, but no dead bodies. I'm not going to say too much about COVID-19. I think I already said enough. Natural disasters. You figure after the hurricane that went through Houston, Texas, and sat there and spun for 7 days, dumping all that water. You figure after all the flooding in the Midwest, you figure after you saw a shark swimming on the highway because there was way too much water.
And that was totally different. Well, the Lord said there will be floods. There will be fires in places that shouldn't be fires, and there will be floods that will be flooded in places.
I figured y'all would have caught the hint by now. You notice the weather outside? Piercing hot. No cold.
Actually, we didn't even have a winter, did we?
No, we didn't.
We didn't have no snow.
Nope.
That's right, because all of us at work were like, we just want one snow day. By the time we got that day off, it's supposed to be 2 weeks. Well, we got plenty off, and everybody's like, we just want a snow day. We didn't want all this time off.
Mm-hmm. Oklahoma bombings. While we're so busy talking about 9/11, we forget what Timothy McVeigh did. We damn sure forget about that.
There was a bombing just recently in
Baghdad.
Yeah, in Baghdad.
Well, it wasn't really a bombing. They don't know what it was.
It was something because them buildings, I saw it. Them buildings went down.
Yeah.
Correction. Beirut.
Beirut. Thank you, Antonio. He's with us this week. Beirut. Lebanon, Beirut.
Lebanon, that's what I wanted to say. Lebanon.
Another disaster y'all forgot. Virginia Tech. He wiped out 33 young kids before killing himself. 33. Floodings. It is flooding everywhere. The reason why I'm bringing all this stuff up to you now, and we have an audience that pretty much shows up later on during the week.
Well, all I gotta say is, are y'all seeing this? Are you typing anything? Because we can see you if you're coming in and type and talk. We don't mind talking to you. We just feel like everybody just done disappeared now.
Mm-hmm.
I see people are watching because I see the eyes, but still.
Eyes on us.
There's 3 of them.
Yeah. I just never seen a situation where people who should be in prison are getting out. People who are in prison that haven't done anything are going in. I'm noticing that people are committing heinous crimes, and because their parents are I want to say maybe a judge, or maybe their uncle is in the Senate, just walking away from heinous crimes. I've never seen this level of human beings sleeping with children, and it's justified, but you will shove a black man or woman or Hispanic in prison for a joint no bigger than this because it's not legalized yet. And they get 25 to life or 25 years or 10 to 15. Depends on the state. But yet you got all these people in these prominent positions, majority white, running around sleeping with children. And that's justified.
But if it was your child, that's not justified.
I'm just saying, I'm trying to figure out how does that even weigh in? How is that not a crime? But the first thing people do is bring up Bill Cosby.
Okay, that's all news.
Or the first thing they bring up is R. Kelly. Or they talk about how evil Oprah is and how she hates white people. How do you know that? Have you talked to her? Or y'all just read that on Facebook? So yeah, I agree with Antonio when he says that. Is that what y'all just read something on Facebook and you just automatically weigh in on it?
Not everything is believable on Facebook.
No, it's not.
Now, I will admit, Facebook does catch more news than the news itself, but that's because somebody is videotaping it right then and there.
First of all, I hate to tell you, if Oprah hates anybody, it's going to be blacks. Because majority of her audience is whites. Why would she hate the people who fund her? First of all, you don't even know who Oprah likes. You're just mad because you're not in her inner circle. See, I'm not understanding how out of all these people who has opinions, Oprah and Barack Obama is always at the top of your list when you got all these prominent pedophiles running around the United States of America, sleeping with everything, but y'all don't have a problem with that. Now I understand why you vote for Trump. Now I understand why you keep voting for O'Connor. But you're automatically going to tell me, but Nancy Pelosi, what about her? What about her? We all know she needs to go. We're just trying to figure out who keeps putting her there. Mitch McConnell definitely needs to go. What purpose is he serving for his own district? They're still poor. Has anybody even noticed that? Look, man. The reason why I brought this up is because Friday morning, I was working. My papers fell into the floor. And it was trying to wedge itself underneath my boot. I did an emergency pull off, and I pulled off on the side of the road, and I pulled into a Wawa, but I went across the street to another place in Fredericksburg. There I saw a black female laying in some mulch. When I went to turn in, she pulled her head up and looked briefly, but not even in my direction. I don't know who she was. She had her shoes off as she was laying them down on the ground. And when she was ready to wake up, she would put them back on. Everything in my heart wanted to help this female. Everything. For the first time ever, I witnessed someone that was outside laying in dirt, laying in mulch. God knows what dog or animal peed in the mulch, laying face down like this, asleep. When you truly see that, something inside of you stirs up. That's why I say, what has changed since Rodney King? You bitch about the players kneeling for Black Lives Matter. Whether Black Lives Matter is ran by a white group or black group, doesn't really matter. But black people are being killed by officers that shouldn't be killed over a routine traffic stop. You talk about sex trafficking, but we already found out who the biggest traffickers were. You're never going to stop it. A black female, I don't care if they're black or white, but when I saw this, it humbled me to the point of I couldn't believe what I was seeing. A human being, laying in the dirt, asleep. I wanted to offer her money, but every part of my wisdom and intuition told me, don't help her. And after I discussed this with a few people, they told me it's a good thing you didn't, because you don't know what could have happened. Even though you were doing the right thing, because if she was awake, I could have approached her. But she was dead asleep, and I didn't want to do that.
When you just, this day and age, they've got so many things happen. Like it used to be, if you saw a baby car seat out on the interstate or on the road, you would pull over thinking there's a baby in it, and then they would hijack your car or do something to you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then it used to be at night, if a car flashed lights at you and you flashed back, that was a gang initiation that, you know, however many cars, the next one that flashes, you got to take care of them or something, or do something to them, you know. And the used to be when you had the telephones that you did the pay phones, they used to stick needles up in there. So when you would stick your finger up in there to get the quarter or whatever, it would stick you. You know, there's all kinds of stuff that goes on. And when you want to help somebody and somebody really needs help, you're too scared because you think it could be a random trying to hurt you or do something to you.
Yeah. I'm just telling you, man, she was a human being regardless. She wasn't a dog. She wasn't a dog. She wasn't some stray animal from the SPCA. She was a human being. And at 40, you would hope that you would never see something like that again. But you do.
And I'm sure you'll see a lot more as you get older.
Yep.
You never know what this country's going to be like.
And while all you are running around screaming about a damn mask, just keep that in your mind for a moment. Keep that in your mind for a moment. All you women and men that keeps running back and forth to court over child support or whatever, think about that for a moment. Seeing somebody out there. Think about that. I might not have much, but I do have a roof over my head. And I swore to myself I would never sleep in another car. And I haven't slept in another car since 2014. So I'm just telling you, man. I'm telling you. Let's go.
All right, y'all. Y'all have a good evening. We'll see you on YouTube Tuesday. I didn't do the true or false things, but we'll do that on Tuesday.
Because she was unprepared.
YHF. YHF.
So I would tell y'all be kind.
Try to be kind. At least try to be kind to somebody.
Unless you stop
It
lying.
might help.
It's not gonna help. Nothing's gonna help. Don't
Well,
tell me.
gee, have a negativity.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, you are.
The best thing
If
you
you
can
want to help somebody, stop being negative.
How you being negative?
You're being
I'm not
negative.
being negative. I'm just saying the best thing that can happen right now is that God needs to calm down. Carol. So Carol, I'll work you today, dog.
Welcome to YAJ. Welcome to YAJ.